fact, for me, it's a great day. Any day that I get up and I have all the faculties of my limbs, it's a great day. It's in fact a great day. So I'm counting this a great day, and I hope that you are too. Yes, friends. It's a great day because it's a Saturday and KendyK gets to enjoy herself a good cup of coffee on a Saturday with my YouTube family. That's y'all. Hey, Lala. Welcome in, friend. Welcome. I've been enjoying so many in my YouTube family all week long, including Miss Lala, America's High Vibe Coach. Thank you for using your custom emojis. Thank you for being a member of KendyK's group. Thank you for being the first one to tap in. I just wanted to say, hey, y'all, hey, in person. Yes. We don't have the best camera angle, but what we did is show up. So, y'all, you know I am enjoying my Gloria Jeans hazelnut coffee pod, courtesy of Keurig. Not sponsored, but I wish they would. I wish they would go ahead on and sponsor your girl. New times, new beginnings. Hi, friend. Welcome in. Thank y'all for joining me. This is KendyK All Day. Friends, what did y'all have for breakfast? Do you enjoy coffee, hot chocolate? I'm going to do myself a homemade mocha, which is coffee mixed with hot chocolate and lots of whipped cream. And there it is. Thank you. Thank you for the 2 souls in the chat. Appreciate the 1 like button. So I'm kind of thinking about some breakfast, but for right now, this coffee is going to satisfy me. Coffee smells so good. And in case you were wondering, I am clearly a hot coffee drinker. Welcome in, friends. I'm using a little bit of my Vanilla Quest 30-gram protein shake. I'm using a little bit of that. Just a bit. I couldn't remember if this little cup, I could fill this little cup up. So I'm just using a little bit of that. So put a little protein in here because I'm about to make this thing very sweet, if you know what I mean. I'm about to make this thing very, 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 very sweet. Okay, New Times, New Beginnings had cereal bars and blackberries, fresh blackberries. That sounds yummy. Were your blackberries sweet, though, this time of year? New Times, New Beginnings says they don't indulge in the coffee anymore. Well, I am seriously cutting back. And this might be my first cup of coffee for the week. I was saying I only drank 1 cup a week, but then that started to be more often than not. I did have more than 1 cup a week. So I say no more than 3 cups a week. And the only reason why I'm cutting my coffee intake is because if I could just drink it straight black, that would be one thing. But I love my coffee sweet. So that's a lot of sweetness and sugar and calories. Hey, Rebounding with Cheryl. How are you, friend? Y'all give me some ideas for breakfast. Right now, I'm just going to enjoy my coffee, though. And, y'all, it's getting rather late in the morning, so might just be skipping breakfast and just having coffee. Welcome in, Simply Debbie Sue. Oh, they came from a grocery store. Okay. But were they sweet? Were the berries sweet this time of year? I always wonder. I don't buy blackberries this time of year. Because to me, they're more bitter than they are sweet. They surely will have them in the store. You'd be surprised what we can now get. Oops. Let me show y'all this. This is the end of a whipped topping. That's it. All the good is gone out of that one. Hey Faye, welcome in, friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Never fear. I has for more. Now, I only did it so that y'all could have something pretty to look at. Okay? Rebounding with Cheryl. Just pushing eggs as a perfect protein is always a good thing. It's a good thing when you can just push out some protein. Yeah. Thank you for the inspiration on that. Appreciate that. Coffee. So this is a cafe mocha. Coffee with hot chocolate and whipped cream, of course. This is Gloria Jean's hazelnut. If you've not tried a Gloria Jean's, it's a really good brand of coffee. And they have brick and mortar stores, and you can buy it in the supermarket and on Amazon. 2 eggs will get you right. 2 eggs will get you right. And then because I put that little bit of protein shake in there and whipped cream, it makes it just the perfect temperature for drinking. That is delicious. Ooh, 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 ooh. And this is why, friends, this is precisely why. Hey, y'all, hey, this is KendyK All Day. But look, I have coffee dribbles already on my clothes. Hope y'all can see that. But, yep, I dribble coffee right down the middle of my shirt, which is kind of frequent. So that's why I just threw this t-shirt on, because I figured that between me trying to eat breakfast and drink coffee and chit chat with y'all, I'm sure I was going to spill something on my clothes. So we're going to do shop talk today. We're going to do another episode in that series on how to get to those watch hours. That is like the most requested or comments about when I review the shop talk comments on the landscape mode and the vertical modes. It ends up being a lot of comments, but most of them, like 75% or more, are about how to get the watch hours towards monetization. And so we're going to, y'all, I'm just continuing down that road until you all tell me different. Welcome in, Jelly Bean. Y'all, I got to check out Jelly Bean on one of her live streams. Thank you, Jelly Bean. Let me see how a pro at it. Jelly Bean is a really large, growing content creator and doing very well. And I was over there checking out Jelly Bean. Okay, I just put a paper towel in my hot dishwater. I don't know what that was about. Y'all, it looks like it's gonna be one of those days. Ooh. What do you mean coffee from the store has mold in it? What does that mean? Like when you grind it up at the store? What do you mean? I appreciate you, Jelly Bean. Hey, B Havana. Hi, friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just having a little coffee with whipped cream and hot chocolate. Made my own mocha at the house. Well, feel free to drop what you need in the chat, but can't say that we're going to honor that because we don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, B Havana, I like these. My kitchen gloves are pink, and these are Playtex, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're Playtex. They're pink kitchen gloves. And I like them because they come almost up to my elbows. So sometimes if you get the other ones, they're a little bit short, but these are extra long. So they go up your arm. So, okay, you don't like them, Havana? I like these, Havana. These are my favorite. Those are my favorite kitchen gloves. Oh, for disposable gloves? When I used disposable gloves last night, I used the Great Value brand, and I used the powder-free vinyl ones. Great Value, of course, is Walmart. B Havana, you kind of made me nervous when you asked that you needed a little bit of help. I was like, okay, they finna ask for me, somebody to pay their mortgage, pay the rent for the month. So, yeah, I used those because I made y'all, I had a great house hamburger last night, cheeseburgers. We had cheeseburgers and fries over here, and it was delicious. When was the last time you had a good homemade cheeseburger and fry? Whew, y'all. Yes, yes, yes. And y'all, I had to come see my people, y'all, because KendyK put out y'all saw I've had two premieres yesterday, and I saw so many of you friends yesterday at those premieres. Thank you all for hitting that like button for me. And y'all, if you saw one of the premieres, if you saw one or both of the premieres, hit the like button. If you watched both of the premieres, either live with us for the live chat, or you saw it on replay, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat for me so that I'll know. But friends, you saw me modeling my outfits for the watch party for the semifinal playoffs for the Oregon Ducks. They played Indiana, the Hoosiers. And friends, you talking about took a L? The Ducks took a L last night, y'all. The Ducks took a L, okay? So, honey, but what I can say for this much is true. KendyK, I decided on the gray and the yellow top. I think that was outfit look number 2. Because most of y'all commented on that you liked that color. And it still had a little pop of green on it, right? And then it had the little party in the back, in the corner, on the shoulder. Yes, I'm giving a little shoulder action, if you know what I mean. Yes. So I wore that as the watch party. But anyway, so I fixed homemade cheeseburger and fries for the boy. And then there was a watch party. So the watch party. And friends, you talking about friends. Well, clearly, the best team won. I'm just gonna have to put it out there like that, y'all. Thank you, Debbie Sue. You know, yellow is my signature color. Yellow is my signature color. Now, my favorite color is red, crimson red. That's that deep red, not Christmas red, crimson. But the better team won last night. And last night, I have to give it to those Indiana Hoosiers, baby. They came to play and they slayed. Okay, they ran over my Ducks. Ran over my Ducks. I don't know what it was. The Ducks had to come south. The game was played in Atlanta. So maybe, the air is different in the Pacific Northwest. Okay. You got a much higher elevation. And, you know, baby, I don't know what happened, but things did not go well for my Ducks last night. 28-7. Can you say we took our L on the chin? Yeah, we took it on the chin, okay? From the jump, straight out the gate. Straight out the gate, Indiana said, we going to the finals, okay? We gonna be at the finals, okay? And they deserve it because they did that thing. They did that thing. Okay, but I do believe that some of our boys will still be called to the NFL draft, and so we are believing the Lord for that. And they played in that Peach Bowl last night, so shout out to Atlanta and the great state of Georgia for being great hosts to the Ducks. Go Ducks! I'm still with the Ducks, and we rolling right into that basketball season. Hey. Yes, yes. So y'all check me out because we're gonna roll right into the basketball season for women's and men's NCAA basketball. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Thank you, friends. Thank y'all for joining me. This is KendyK All Day. And I was over here trying to put some hashtags in here. Trying to use the strategies that I know will work. So for instance, you know what I'm finding is I can't not help content creators win in these YouTube streets. So one thing that I would tell you is always, even when you're rushing, still do what I call a quick and dirty thumbnail. I'm using my smartphone, my iPhone 15 Pro Max, and in fact, I monetize my whole channel just using my iPhone 15 Pro Max. B. Havana, you are so welcome, friend. Now, leather pants, I got nothing. I got nothing. Do you know I've never purchased anything from Shein? So if y'all chime in to be Havana if you've ever purchased leather pants. If you have ever purchased a leather pants, chime in for B Havana. I have some leather skirts, and they are so old but one thing about leather, it never goes out of style. Leather is timeless in a jacket, in a leather skirt, and I do have a really pretty red crimson skirt. And now that I have lost a little bit of my hips, just a bit of my hips, baby, I can't wait. Y'all, I'm gonna have to pull that leather skirt. Well, we got one more month, right? February will still be cool and cold. Yes. I've never purchased anything from Shein. So if you are a Shein shopper, let us know. And you know what I've wondered? Now that we have all these tariffs going on in the U.S., bringing goods in out of certain countries, I wonder are the prices still, low to the floor, or have y'all seen the prices increase because of the tariffs? Hi, Key. Hey, Frank. I saw Key. Key, I watched you yesterday. You and hubby over there at what is the name of that big store? I just have a brain poop. What is the name of that store? Because I just went to the store right before Christmas. They had a small business expo in their little exhibition part. IKEA. Lord, this brain at 50, y'all, what is that about? What is that about? Like, do y'all know how many times that happens to me in a day? Well, somebody has to help me with my words. Yes, IKEA. I saw you and hubby at IKEA. And you know what? I think I haven't purchased an office chair, but I really need to get one because y'all, my neck from doing all this content creation. Plus, I work at home, so I spend a lot of time looking at devices and looking down at devices. But Key, I saw you in that $399.99 red chair, okay? But when you sat in that and I saw how that supported your neck, I said, So I think the next chair that I am going for my office room is going to be, and it's going to also double as my content creation chair, is going to be a gaming chair, because I think they're really focused on, long stretches sitting in the chair. But I think one thing about it is, y'all, we got to set these timers on our phones to get up and get moving. Yes. I have you, there's always something. Thank you, Kitty. Welcome in, friend. No problem. Welcome in. Everybody, one thing about an opinion, everybody has one. And as long as you're respectful, it's okay. Hey, Mimi, I got to see y'all. I got to see my good friends in these YouTube streets, Harjareen, and the one, the only Mimi. Mimi, you are gorgeous. And I love that you and Harjareen got to sit down face to face. And thank you for showing up. And I mean, like, literally, y'all, you better catch that video. I believe it's over on Harjareen's channel. Catch it if you want to see Mimi, our very own Mimi, in the flesh, right? Because Mimi, for the most part, has a faceless channel. And so admire you for that, Mimi, because do you know KendyK started her channel as a faceless channel and went about 10 and a half months as a faceless channel. Yes. And when I unmasked, I believe I did it I recorded myself driving down the road, or might have been on a live stream. And I showed my face, and Jay was on, Kiss from Jay. When I say Jay, Kiss from Jay was on that. I got to find that video because I just saw it. You know how you just happen upon your own content. Yes, welcome in. We got Debbie Sue in the building. Debbie Sue, honey, Debbie Sue, when I saw your short, I think it was a short. I don't know if it was a short or if it was just a vertical video you had did. Cooking and dancing with your soup, and that red you had on was gorgeous because your soup was red, and Debbie Sue, it was just so good to see you up and feeling better, and that just gave me joy yesterday. Yes. Rebounding with Cheryl. I'll be able to see you in the next day or two, friend. So as far as I know, you still have not shown yourself on your own channel. You did a meet and greet with Harsharina Net D Bossway. So that was cool. That was super cool. I love that for both of you. Was it an old video? Well, honey, it was new to me. It was new to me, and I enjoyed that. And I said, look at Debbie Sue. I mean, because you had your face on, and wow, it was just, everything was working well. And I just saw you moving and grooving, and it was just super cute. The music you had with it, all cute. Cute. 10 out of 10 for me. Okay, Worldly Kitty says, I used to be faceless. Now I started getting more comfortable showing my face. I've been shy for so many years. That's why it's so easy for me to come up here like I am now, just talking to y'all while we have a little cup of coffee, because it's just an easier lift. And I can't really show y'all my face now because I literally have spilled coffee down the middle of my t-shirt. So y'all, if you care to join me for Shop Talk, we're finishing up playlists. Now, we already did playlists in episode 62, but for episode 63, I am starting with the strategies, okay? Presuming you already know how to create a playlist, but even if you don't, I'm going to show you at the end this time. At the end of the Hour of Power, I'm going to show you how to batch create the playlist in batches, not one by one, video by video, okay? But at the beginning, we're gonna go straight to the strategies, because it's not just making playlists, but you gotta know how to deploy the playlist strategically so that you can get those watch hours. That's where I'm headed today for episode 63 of Shop Talk. Y'all check for the thumbnail. I just put them out this morning. Oh my goodness, somebody is just being potty mouth. Let me, ooh, the devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. People so silly. Excuse me, Jesus. So y'all, if you care to, and if you need something to do, check me out. KendyK is gonna be in these YouTube streets because you know I am back to work. Let me go ahead and turn. I see Mimi. Let me go ahead and turn Nightbot on because apparently Nightbot is off. So let me turn Nightbot on, and then I'm gonna get rid of the foolishness in the chat. Y'all just ignore that person. In fact, don't ignore them. Pray for them, but don't speak on it. Just pray for them because they obviously need prayer and attention. But we're not going to give you what you're looking for over here, so you might as well move on quickly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You might as well move on quickly. But yeah, my ducks. The Hoosiers, we took the L last night. Let me just put it like that. And y'all, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the fashion show because we're going all the way to the championship, NCAA football D1 championships, right? So I need to have all my outfits ready, right? Because we got this watch party, we got the next watch party. Psh, baby, 28-7. We took the L. The Ducks took the L last night. Mm-hmm. That thing hurt me. It hurt me. But I came home and got right on in that bed. Went in there and brushed my teeth, washed my face, and got right on in that bed. Okay, let me see here. Okay, I said I have to do what I say I'm going to do so that I don't forget. Nightbot is on. Oh, so I think if you're on the vertical live stream, though, they told me your channel link may not show up. Is that why it's not showing up? I think if you look on a computer, it will show up. I don't know. Y'all know more about that than I do. Yeah. And so the more your content, that's why I tell folks, I remind content creators, the best thing you can do to grow your channel is you got to put out your best content. It doesn't have to be perfect content, but just put out your best content, okay? And when you do, y'all, the algorithm will reward, okay? I was looking at my analytics, the click-through rate on my game day fashion, y'all, 10.6% click-through rate. That is the highest I've ever had, 10.6%. So 10.6% for every 100 impressions on people's devices. Almost 11 out of 100 people clicked on it. So I appreciate that. Thank you, friends. And watched a good bit of that. Yeah. And y'all, I got all that information out of X Studio. X Studio is the AI that YouTube gives you for free as a YouTube content creator. It's called Ask Studio. And it is amazing. Y'all, use it. It's free. You ask it anything you want about your channel and your content, and it is going to give you a very detailed answer. Yes. Oh, what is Cheryl celebrating? Oh, the Hurricanes won. Shout out to all of these D1 schools for advancing in the playoffs. So this is, I love that we're now having a for real national championship game. Yeah. So I plan to do that. And what else do I have going on? Next week, I've got a great coffee and conversations with Amy Loses It, another content creator who's doing big things in these YouTube streets. Memories and must-haves. Good morning. Welcome, friend. We're just chit-chatting. Hey, memories and must-haves. How are you, friend? Thank you for joining us. We're just having some coffee. And I don't even know if you could call mine coffee because it is full of sugar. I forgot a coffee. I'm making my own coffee drink, okay? Because y'all, the last time I got Starbucks, no, I think it was actually Scooters. I got a coffee drink and a cookie, a sugar cookie. Yeah, I'm telling on myself, right? Y'all, that thing was $10 and some change. Friend. And then when I went, I don't know if I told you, I went to Virginia for the holidays to be with family. And my friend had a whole bunch of little Starbucks gift cards. You know how friends, yeah, that's what people do at work. They just pass around gift cards and they come in handy. So she puts all of hers in her glove box, and I said, I need to do that because that's why I still have all the gift cards, because I never put them in the card where I need them to be. But I feel like I'm gonna put mine in the middle console versus the glove box because, or maybe like underneath the radio in that little hole there where you can put your cell phone and other little things so that you don't forget them. I'll put mine right there so then that I will see them. Contagious gardening, welcome in, friend. I see you. So it looks like Nightbot is on. So ready to go for shop talk, y'all. We're doing shop talk today. I want to say 12:30. Ooh, y'all, this coffee was delicious this morning. And I think you know why? I think it's because I'm having a chit chat with y'all as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm still working on the coffee station for Valentine's Day, dressing up the coffee station for Valentine's Day. But I did pick up this at the Dollar Tree. And I did pick up these to-go cups at the Dollar Tree. You got to get that stuff when you see it because, you try to go back and it's gone. They are out. And you might as well put that stuff up now, friends, because do y'all feel like me that this month is just almost out of here? Like, I really feel like, wow. When I look at my calendar, so I'm super excited that I'm now using a big calendar for content creation, and I'm putting my work stuff on there in one color and then putting my YouTube content creation, my part-time job, I'm a part-time content creator. I'm putting it all on the same calendar, some big things so that I can stay on track. And y'all, part of me staying on track is batching and making good use of at least one of the weekend days. And so I'm making good use of Saturday today. So friends, connect as you can, watching the content. I fully understand. If you're a content creator yourself, if you have children who are small, don't ever forsake spending time with your friends and loved ones who are right there in person with you. Always, always, because that's what I do. Always choose real folks in your face who need some FaceTime. Hi there, Mama 3. Welcome in, friends. Everyone's talking to Debbie Sue because she's the best. Everyone's talking to Debbie Sue. Now, I also pick up these, and friends, let me tell you what I did do. Is I took a couple of these and I put them in a half-gallon Ziploc bag with a fork and a couple of napkins. And put them in a Ziploc baggie and put them in the center console of my car, because y'all, sometimes you get in a bad place and instead of me going through a drive-through, and if I'm going through the drive-through, you already know, Chick-fil-A. Instead of me going through the drive-through for Chick-fil-A, getting, some fried foods, I can have one of these. And then I can put it back in the Ziploc baggie and zip it up, and then it won't stink until I'm able to throw it away. Everything in a neat little package. Also, these Quest 18-gram, this peanut butter, chocolate peanut butter, the best for me. 18 grams of protein, 3 net carbs, 1 gram of sugar. And I also tried out this one, chocolate caramel pecan, pecan, or pecan. Tried this one too, but out of the two, it's the crispy peanut butter for me. So I also, at this time of year, because these are chocolate, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate them. Thank you. This time of year, I'm able to keep these in the console because they're not going to melt. No fear of them melting right now. But you know, when we get to the heat of the summer, they will melt on you. So, but for right now, okay. Y'all, I opened my fridge today, and the stench that came out of that fridge about knocked me out. Y'all, I realized I had some, you know how things get pushed to the back of the fridge? And they were in a container. They were in one of my meal prep containers. It was just a few of my collard greens left from New Year's, y'all. So what is today? Today is what, the 11th? I believe today is the 11th. And y'all, those collard greens about took me out. No, today's the 10th. Yeah, those collard greens, I had to let them things go. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm trying to up my protein. That's what I'm working with a registered dietitian for total wellness journey. Just taking charge of my health at the age of 50. Yeah. So just being intentional. I thank you all for joining me. My coffee is done. Let me put this cup in my dishwater over here. Thank you all for rocking and riding with me in these YouTube streets. Y'all join me. Hey, Deco. The Coco Melon? Coco Melon? Okay, the Coco Melon. I love that. Contagious Gardening. Welcome in, friend. How you doing? Hey, Rodney. I missed you, Rodney. Sorry about that, friend. Hey, Rodney, 1472. Y'all check out Rodney. Rodney's got a great channel. I've been over there with Rodney. Ooh. Still drinking your coffee with vanilla bone broth. Ooh. You know, I saw Joe Sleeping Slim Down talking about that bone broth, and she makes her own little something. She uses beef bone broth and chicken broth. My mama was doing that. Y'all, I can't have anything that's gonna gag me, and that sounds like something that's gonna gag me. Worldly Kitty, thank you for checking my channel out. Hey, Jim. Welcome, friend. I'm glad I'm going back, y'all. Uh-oh. Jim is acting up. Let me get rid of Jim's comment. You gotta just pray for folk. Folk, what has happened in your life is what I say. What has happened in your life? Okay, Memories and Must have says they're doing keto carnivore all day for 9 years. Yes. Mm-hmm. So total pounds lost for me is right at 50 pounds. And it has taken me probably 18 months to get to those 50 pounds. So I feel like, I don't know, just from a weight perspective, and I have so many non-scale victories, but from a weight perspective, I feel like I keep losing and gaining the same few pounds, and that is super frustrating. So I do need to tighten up as far as my protein, limiting the carbs, and pushing high fiber. Fiber is such an important component that I was underutilizing. So I'm so grateful for the dietitian. And y'all check out, if you're looking for a dietitian or nutritionist, typically if you are considered overweight or even underweight, right? Some friends are underweight, they struggle to gain weight, then usually your insurance will get you that type of support for free. It's not for free, but it's part of your insurance benefits. And I'm all about maximizing these medical insurance benefits that we pay so much for. Mm-hmm. Oh, Worldly Kitty says they were faceless for years. Wow. Wow. That's amaze balls. Okay, it says that Mimi, Elevate Me to You, says that they are going to make their debut. She's going to make her debut on her own channel, and we're all going to be there to see it. I can't wait. Hope you give us some community posts so that we can be aware of it. Thank you all to the kind humans who have hit that like button, and thank you, members and must-haves, for the mention. I hope I'm tracking everyone's comments because everyone is a content creator. We have our things that we do well, and then we have our things that we need to continue to work on. And me being aware of my chat is something I need to be more aware of, because when I'm doing shop talk, it's more of a content creator space and I'm facilitating a lot. You know, I'm trying to show visuals. I'm trying to host my guest co-hosts who are co-hosting with me when I get the pleasure of having co-hosts, and I simply love to have co-hosts. And then the chat is usually hot, moving quickly, and I'm now running that on 2 devices in vertical and landscape mode. So it's just a lot to manage. Hi there, Kim, look up Queen. Kim, how did your cookies come out, friend? Tell us. Kim made cookies on her channel this morning, lower carb cookies, high protein and lower carb cookies. So check out. Oh, naturopathic medicine. Yes, love, love, love. Yes. Okay. Memories and must-haves. Seems like I might have read that on your channel. Maybe I watched some of your channel, Memories and Must-Haves, and I already knew that. Welcome in, Chef Zed. Welcome in. Yeah, we've just taken a look at some snacks that I'm trying to make sure I have on deck. And, you know, we were talking about Kim, Low Carb Queen, had a live stream this morning, and I think we ended on apples. And pink ladies, a couple people said they like pink lady apples, including Kim, and so I might try some pink ladies. But you know, I'm a gala apple. I love my gala apples from the great state of Washington. You know, I am partial to the Pacific Northwest, one of the most beautiful places in the country. I'm doing just fine, my friend. Thank you for asking, Chef Zed. Thank you for asking. Friends, it's so nice to connect on a Saturday morning. It's I'm still rushing here, y'all, and we've come to the top of the hour almost. So I'm gonna bid you farewell, and y'all, thank you for hitting that like button. Appreciate you checking in with me. I appreciate the chit chat. Thank you for the coffee, and the conversation has been so enjoyable. Thank you so much, y'all. If you care to join me for Shop Talk, and y'all connect with me all day, because I'm gonna be doing several live streams. And you know, tomorrow's our Sunday sunrise edition of Shop Talk. Episode 64 is tomorrow of Shop Talk. It's a Sunday sunrise edition. It's an hour of power before church. So check me out for that. You all have a beautiful day. Welcome in, Jerry G. Thank you for coming in. Thank y'all for staying locked in. Hit that like button for me so that we can get moving, and I will y'all join me for Chat Talk if you care to. If you don't, I thank you for being here for this moment. Thank you all. Goodbye for now. Thank you, LCQ. Thank you, Kim. Be intentional, content creators. Be intentional.